Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we will be covering the different stretching that you can do after your running session. While you are running, you are involving different types of group of muscles, such as in your legs, in your glutes, in your arms, in your chest, in your back, basically everywhere. It's important that you give a stretch to those muscles. So today we will be targeting your legs, hip flexors, the glutes, the lower back, and we will be opening the chest as well. Don't you worry, it doesn't last too long, but it's important that you keep stretching those muscles. So you want for the stretch a strap, a tea towel, or your towel, or whatever you're going to bring with you on the day. Because it's likely that you're going to be outside once you're going to be performing the stretching, then I'm going to give you the stretching that you can perform outside. My chair is going to be the bench that you might find somewhere, or the tree that you can use to do the stretching. Right, let's get started. We're going to start with the quads. So catch your ankle and bring the both knees together. If this is too much for some people, that's quite some angle and some range of motion here to bring the heel to the glutes. So this is where you want to have the straps, or you want to have the tea towel or a towel. Grab your ankle into the strap or the belt, and then simply lift the belt and your foot towards you. And when you're comfortable, reach a bit closer to your ankle and bring that close to your glutes. Now, bring both knees together and point the knee in towards the floor. Hold onto a bench or onto a tree so you are comfortable with your balance and you are focusing on the stretch of the quads as opposed to try and keep your balance. If you have the capacity, the ability to bring your ankle a bit closer and catch your ankle, then that's the same thing. Tilt in the hips as you engage through the abs and hold your stretch for 30 seconds. Repeat the same thing on the other side. Use the straps or no straps. Catch your ankle. Bring both knees together. Point the knee down towards the floor. Hold the tree, hold the bench. And send your hips forward to open up through the quads and through the hip flexor. Hold your stretch for 30 seconds. And let go. Next stretching, we will be targeting your hamstrings. So for that, you want to have something where you can leave your leg on. Put your leg on. So make sure to choose a bench, a rock, or whatever is available to you, to bring the floor a little bit higher. And in this position, you want to have your hips facing forward. Leg on the floor is not opening while you are putting the second leg on the bench. It's important that this leg, the one on the floor, is facing forward while you are bringing the second leg forward as well. That way you keep your hips facing forward and you can send your hips back, which will target the back of your leg, your hamstring. Keep your toes up, engage through the quads, kneecap up, and lean slightly forward. Hinge at the hip joint. Try not to put any pressure on your knee. And once you're comfortable here and you stay some time, then you can start playing with your toes, moving from one side to another. Stay here for 30 seconds. And let go. Same thing to the other side. Heel down, hips facing forward, standing leg down, and send your hips back. As you do your stretch, always make sure that you are breathing properly. In and out through the nose will help to heat up the body and control the breath as well as your stretch. And once you stay there for 30 seconds, You want to target different fibers in your hamstrings because you have 3 different hamstrings. So you want to turn from one side to another, which will go and target all of your hamstrings in the back of your leg. And to increase the stretch, push your hips further back and keep a straight back. Hold your tummy in. And let go of your stretch. Now, we will be targeting your hip flexors. You have different way of stretching the hip flexors. If you are outside and you have nowhere to drop your knee on the floor because that's not going to be comfortable, then I'm going to show you 2 different ways of doing it. If you have no bench, but you have a tree or something to hold on to, then hold on to it and then step your leg back, keep your back heel off the mat, and make sure your hips are facing forward. Now, bend in both knees, drop your hips down, and as you do so, send your hips forward as you squeeze in the glutes and bring your ribs closer to your hip bones. In that way, that will open up the hip flexors. Hold on here for 20 to 30 seconds. Release, do the same thing on the other side. Drop your hips down, bend in the knees, and send your hips forward as you squeeze in the abs, squeeze in the glutes to send the hips forward. Come back up. Your second option is to have a bench, backwards to the bench, and then put your knee on the bench, okay? Starting in an upright position, and then move your leg forward and send your hips, your body weight forward into your forward leg. Opening through the hips and trying to tilt your hips forward to increase the stretch through the hip flexors. So you can hold on to the bench, you can hold on anything that is around you, or you can simply place your hands on your front leg. Hold on for 30 seconds and let go. Sending your hips forward, bend through your front leg. Keep your hips facing forward and open it through the hips. And let go. Next stretching, we will be targeting the calf and the Achilles tendon. This is very important that you get that right because most of the time we tend to open the hips and have the toes and knee on the outside. However, for that stretching, we want to have the toes and the hips facing forward. Drop the heel down and send your body weight to your front leg. Hold on to the bench, onto a tree, whatever is available for you. And stretch the back of your leg. If you try the difference between opening your leg on the outside and having your toes facing forward, you will feel the difference on where the stretching is. We want to stretch the Achilles tendon and your calf muscles. Again, tilt in your arms, holding a strong back, and focus on the breath. Swap to the other side. Step back, heel on the floor, and if you feel that your heel is coming off the floor, simply bring your leg back further forward. Lengthen through the spine. Try not to round your back. Keep your shoulders backward. Your back muscles engage and your core muscles engage as well. And let go. Your next stretching will be your QL. That muscles in your lower back that stabilize your lower back. It helps to stabilize your position. It's a deep muscles in your lower back that is very often neglected and can be the cause of your lower back pain. So you want to have access to a tree, to a bench. Make sure you are not dealing with your balance here. Bring your left leg at the back, your left arm all the way up, and reach as high as you can before sending your hips to the side and reaching the opposite side with your left hand. In this position, you should feel a great stretch on the side of the back, side of your body. Hold on for 30 seconds. Come back to the center. Same to the other side. Your right leg back. So I'm just going to be backwards this time. Right leg back. Right arm all the way up. Reach as high as you can. And then send your hips to the side while reaching the opposite side with your hand. Keep your chin in and breathe in and out through the nose. And come back to the center. So very classic one, interlace your fingers in the lower back and drop your hands towards the floor while lifting your chest towards the ceiling. Pressing down through the ground to stay tall in your position. And stay here for 30 seconds. And let go. If you can, hold on to a bench, send your hips back, drop your chest in between your arms, and open up through the back muscles. In and out through the nose. And let go. Before you go, there is another exercise that you can do at home. So you come and sit on the floor, knees together, and we want to target the tibialis anterior, a muscle that we very often neglect, but that is very important when you are running. So that's important. You give a bit of attention, a bit of love. And I'm going to show you 2 ways of relieving the tension in this muscle. Come onto your kneeling pose and try to have your toes slightly inwards so that we really target that muscle. Hold onto the floor and lift one knee off the mat, coming back down, and same to the other side. That will also allow a better mobility in your ankles, which you need as a runner. You do that a few times. If that's not comfortable for any reason, knees issues, it's not comfortable, you can't reach yet in that position, because that can be a bit painful or a bit uncomfortable as you start, then do it once each side and then increase the stretching per week. Otherwise, have a ball, bend your knee, and simply roll the ball alongside the bone at the front of your leg. And in this position, doing so, that will help to release the tension in that muscle. And don't hesitate to roll the ball as far down as you can without going too much on the ankle joint though. That's a trigger ball that you can buy on Amazon or anywhere else, fitness boutique. But make sure you have a trigger ball so that's firm enough to do the job basically. However, if you do not have a trigger ball, you can use a tennis ball as well. I will not suggest a ping pong ball because that's much smaller and that is harder as well, which means that's going to be way more painful. So before you can use the ping pong ball, make sure you use a tennis ball or the trigger ball. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you find this useful. If you are the one suffering from protracted shoulders and stiffness in that area due to your running sessions, then my next video is about how to free up the shoulders. So if you need more advice on how to open up the shoulders, have a look to my next video. Until then, have an amazing day and see you soon. Thank you.